What do you think? Just rock it with it?
What's up, guys and girls? Welcome back to StakeCenter, sponsored by Stake Kings and PokerFlops. It's your host, PokerFlops Bob. We're back after a week off because two of our hosts were in Vegas playing the WPT at the Venetian, and we have a special guest today, one of our subscribers, FeloniousMike. But here, we'll start with Dom and the news.
What's going on, guys? All right, we're going to jump right into some Solve for Why, Poker Out Loud new season, the vloggers versus Landon Tice, the wizard, robot, prince, god, Pine. Thoughts on the, we all watch the episodes, thoughts on the first couple.
You and I talk about this extensively off air, so I suppose you've heard my opinions. I think it's fantastic poker content. Nobody else is doing anything like this, so it's very, very entertaining. When we had Berkey on it, we asked him why they didn't do more stuff that people dealt with on a regular basis, bad players donking, some wacky stuff. He's like,
Limping.
Limping and stuff like that. Not that we've seen any limping, but this is kind of what we're getting here. We're seeing some just bad pre-flop play. It seems like they're always just calling with pairs. We have a new term in poker, do we not? Polarity advantage.
Yeah. See, so okay. Early thoughts when I'm watching, right, is it is difficult. I don't think anyone should think this is easy, right? It's a lot harder than it looks to explain your thought process while playing, right?
He made it 30. We're gonna go 150 here, and yeah, I'm gonna be pretty polar in this spot, so like I can raise pretty big. Like I'm not gonna raise that many hands, so this is a good spot to kind of just represent a big hand, which we actually do have somehow. So
150.
If you've ever streamed before, I know Mike's done some streaming, and you're trying to talk through your thought process. Sometimes you'll get like caught up either because you don't know or it's hard to articulate your thought process. So I give them the benefit of the doubt in some of those spots, but like watching it, some of it, it's like, what are we saying here? Like, this is not normal. Like, these aren't thoughts that should be going through your head in most of the games we're playing, right? Like, unless we're playing some like the reggiest 5-10 and 2-5 game in the world, which you shouldn't be playing if we're trying to like get a poker bank roll, right?
Poker, right?
Yeah, if we're trying to like make money in the game, this is okay. So I don't want to like bash it in that sense because I understand where Berkey's coming from and what he's trying to do, but I mean, God, I feel like there could be some spice involved here, right? Like, throw an episode where like there's people limping or whatever, where we could just get
I mean, the first episode was literally people folding the whole hand, the whole time.
That's the
like,
problem,
here's
right?
another walk. Like, thanks for the first episode. Like, there was nothing happened.
I actually saw a comment today. Somebody actually commented and said, "Thanks for showing that hand where everybody checked it all the way down." I can't remember what the cards or the boards, whatever it's like that, because like, there's some thought there too as to when you should and shouldn't fire. I actually did think the same thing. I was like, wow, a hand that got checked down all the way. So, but
I just couldn't believe that first episode was an episode. There wasn't a pot over $110. The biggest pot was like a button versus big blind where like, I think Marley bet like $30 on the river or something in a 5-10 game. It just kind
There's
of
like 1 3-bet, and that was the biggest pot there was. Landon 3-bet the small blind.
It's good to hear their thought process, but in practice, are we ever going to have 3.5 minutes to describe what we're going to do in any game ever? If people started taking 3 minutes to decide in live poker, I'd call the clock so fast. And online, obviously, it's not an option. So
yeah, and again, I understand the format that they're trying to have a product to help people get better at poker. I kind of get all that, but then at the same time, it's like, I don't know, entertainment value. What are you trying to do? Are you making a poker product, or is it entertainment value, but it's not entertaining? I don't know.
It's like a hybrid of both, I guess, what they're going for.
Yeah, and I'm not paying the $10 to watch all the wizards.
Well, it'll be $50 now next month.
$50. Well, I can't afford that, so that's good. All right. Let's move on to the staking part of the show. First, let's take a look at last week's picks.
This week I'm going with Arlie Shaban, and I'm getting $333.
And this week I'm also staking Arlie Shaban. I'm buying 12% of it for $150.
And this week in the 215 60K 8 max. All right. PokerFlops Bob, who did you have last week and how did they do?
Had Arlie Shaban. He cashed for me. $97.40. Big W. He cashed for like 800 total, I believe. And Aaron Ben, he got me a little bounty, so I got some of the money back, $18.14. And my boy Joey Weissman, I got a refund on his third bullet. I went with the 1-3 play this week, and it was a mistake. He actually cashed on his second bullet, so I got refunded the third bullet, lost the first bullet. So I'm learning from my mistakes. The 1-4 play was a mistake. The 1-3 play is a mistake. I'm going 1-2 next time I go with Joey Weissman.
Wow, so he cashed the second bullet and you missed out.
Yep.
Could you have bought the second bullet?
I had the option and I chose the third bullet.
Wow, you went 1-3 and he decided to buckle down on that second bullet and give it his all. That's unfortunate. Ricky,
I'm proud of him.
at least you put money. At least he cashed. You know,
That was the Venetian tournament, correct, Bob?
Yes.
Yeah.
That was our 5K.
Yes. So Dom and I were out there, and Bob actually requested, and I went out and found Aaron Ben at the table right before the money bubble. And I said, hey, our buddy back home, Bob, has a piece from Stake King. So just go ahead and cash. And he did not seem pleased with that comment.
Wow, Ricky Pine found him, and he didn't want any part of cashing for PokerFlops Bob.
It was on the bubble, like the stone bubble.
What's that bubble?
Yeah.
Help this random guy PokerFlops Bob
Yeah.
out. Really can't.
Yeah.
Bubble pressure. I get you. Ricky Pine, who'd you have?
I went big last week. Arlie Shaban got a refund, so nothing cool on that end.
Wow, we really fired after Arlie Shaban. I also had a little bit of Arlie Shaban, but Flo Cold's on the board. Ebony Kenny. I had almost 50. I had over 50% of her $320 100K 8 max. That was a refund. Sorry, the one that she got the big cash in. Sorry, Ebony. That was not your big cash. It was the 215 60K 8 max, cash for $19.15. Funny story, I jumped onto her stream, saw she was at a final table, was like, oh, cool. Kind of remembered I bought some action from her and watched her bust in like 6th or 7th. That was that final table, cash for 2K. I got 1,000 of it. I'm on the board. I think I'm in first. We're going to have to redo the numbers. Wow. It seems like Rick. I don't know what math the producers are using. So no wins for me still. I think I know. Sorry, my Super Bowl props won. So that's 1 for 4. But I'm pretty sure I'm in the lead here.
You feel like it, so we'll just give it.
I don't know what math.
We're gonna go to this week's picks. Gonna introduce FeloniousMike. What's up? Who we got this week?
What is good, guys? I'm just taking a huge shot. I'm throwing everything at Joey Weissman's first bullet in the 1,600 1 million guaranteed. Just gonna go to the moon with Joey Weissman.
All right.
Oh.
It's a risky move. That first bullet in those are pretty dusty of late, but hopefully Joey Weissman maybe trying to buckle down on a downswing, trying to get that first bullet, not have to go into his pocket anymore. So could Bob, you've done some Weissman, right? You've done some
Weissman's my boy. So
all right.
Is that the first bullet, but he cashes the second bullet apparently.
All right, so maybe Mike will jump on the second one as well. PokerFlops Bob, who you got this week?
I'm going with Ryan Schoenbart.
Ooh,
He's a PLO MTT specialist, and GG has their Omaholic series, which is PLO pre-flop and no limit Omaha post-flop. So there's a ton of edge there, right?
Oh, plenty of edge there.
Yeah,
everyone knows.
so I'm buying 75% of one of his tournaments and 62% of another one. They're just 62% is the bounty.
Just curious, what's his markup for that Omaholic tournament?
I believe it's 1.18. No, that can't be right. What is it?
I believe I saw it at 1.8.
1.8.
We'll throw the markup police somewhere in there.
Yeah.
Listen, he might be the best Omaholic player on the site. He could be. I don't know. Maybe he knows. 1.8.
Maybe he's been studying how to play the no limit Omaha post flop. I guess
maybe
you just go all in when you have a set. I don't know.
I like it.
It's PLO for a reason. But I'm going with Ryan.
All right, Ryan Schrubaha. It is Ricky Pine. Who you got?
I too looked at Joey Wiseman, but after he disrespected me coming up to him on the money bubble, I'll never buy a piece of you, Joey Wiseman. You're dead to me. I have a lot of money in my account because I win. So I just started firing on what I could fire. I've got Jonathan Cantu, who I believe is Brandon Cantu's unknown older brother, taught him everything he knew about poker. I've got $36 of a tournament of his, $97 of another tournament. I put $91 in on Magnus Martin and another apparently $25 in on him. So I've got 4 different pieces. I threw in money where I could. I probably still didn't even hit $250.
You're throwing darts in the Stake Kings marketplace, huh? Hopefully one
of these.
A little sprinkle everywhere.
Hopefully one comes close to the bullseye.
I have 70% of them in a tournament. So.
Wow.
Yeah.
I still got my boy Greg Eason, by the way, in 272 days. He'll be playing the Big Money Golf Classic, January 3rd, 2022, $400,000 purse in Orlando, Florida. So I still got that on the line. That's in 272 days. But this week, I got my boy Ryan Dotson in the win, 1,600 at $1 million guarantee in Vegas. This is going to be a soft field. If it's anything like any of the fields where when me and Rick were there, I got to play a little bit longer than Rick. I played fired a few bullets into the 1,100 field. Was again, listen, the table draw is a little bit of everything, but I swear these live tournaments are seem to be the spot right now. It definitely seems like people are enjoying poker again, getting out and playing, taking some shots. So I would assume Ryan Dotson at 1.2 markup. That's happening in, I believe, 2 days time. I think it starts maybe tomorrow as day 1A and then day 1B the next day. I think I only have his first bullet. Says he's firing 3. Going to log back on to see if I can get at least 2 and 3, because Ryan, by his profile picture, looks like the first bullet's going to get in there pretty quick. Sports. I guess we start with Rick, because Rick always wins. Rick, who'd you have in sports? Oh, first we'll take a look at last week's picks.
This week I'll be taking Vladimir Marshallov. He's a table tennis player, and he's minus 160 over Oleg Shadrov.
There's a celebrity basketball game this weekend.
Wow.
Quavo and Jack Harlow versus Lil Baby and 2 Chainz. We're going to have to go with Jack Harlow here.
I will give you Sam Burns at the Arnold Palmer Invitational this week, 40-1. And now, Rick, who'd you have? Did they win?
Yes, last week or 2 weeks ago, I picked Vladimir Marshallov, the Iranian-born table tennis player. I would like to take a moment here to say, let's not say the word ping pong anymore. It's racist, and we need to stop Asian hate with what's going on in the world right now. He immediately won. I believe that makes me undefeated. I don't even know how many picks, but I have not lost a sports pick yet this year. I'm undefeated.
I honestly don't think that's true.
It's easy just to make up things and just say I don't think it's true, but we have tape.
I don't think it's true. And 2, if you pick minus 300s every week. I mean, who did he play?
Yeah, we're picking golf picks at plus 1,500. You're getting minus 300s. No wonder you're.
I gave 3 golf picks out.
How about we make a live bet right here that I have not made? 1 minus 300 bet this entire season. Live bet up to $100. Any takers?
I know minus 240 is close.
Mike, if you're betting on sports, what's your sport of choice? If you had to throw some money on the line.
Funny enough, I'm really not that big of a fan of team sports. I like anything one-on-one, like poker tournaments, last man, last girl standing, UFC, chess, all those kinds of things. So the biggest next real sport eventing I'm looking to, honestly, is the Usman fight.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Who do we? If you were going to throw out an early pick, who we got?
Oh, definitely Usman. I think he's going to defend it. I think I want to say end of the month or maybe early April. But
end of the month.
Yeah.
All right, we do have a UFC guy on call. We'll check with him with that pick. He's pretty mushy, so I would assume. Whoever he likes, hopefully you like the other side of that.
Last time I called our UFC guys picks, you lose a rent payment, and the night taking a minus 385 girl.
Yeah, it was a rough go of it last time during the Connor card. Ricky Pine, who you got? Did you say who you had? Sorry.
No, I haven't done. Are we doing our picks right off the bat after I basically said I never make a pick. You said your feelings were that that's not true. Then you said minus 300. Then I went to bet you, but you both know that I haven't.
I'm a field player.
Okay,
I'm a field player. Let me feel things.
And we both know I haven't picked a minus 300 yet on the entire season.
Minus 240 twice.
This week I'm going with rugby, the Melbourne Storm, our plus 110. I'm going against rules. Since I've won so much, I'm doubling units, 200 to win 220. Their best player, Cameron Smith. He's a hooker. If you don't know what that is, Google it. I'm locking in the Melbourne Storm over the Eels.
I'm convinced some of these. So you've picked.
Where do you even find these things?
Ping pong / table tennis.
Table tennis.
Rugby, cricket. These are like fixed matches. All these sports are like everyone knows.
Literally are predetermined, right?
Yeah. Go ahead, guys.
Pine, you sound like the guy from Dodgeball right now. What is that? The Herodias Sports? Where he finds all those crazy sports from?
Oh yeah. That's you. Throw
That's
that little picture of him. That guy.
That guy.
All right. PokerFlops Bob, we got this.
All right, they're gonna call me crazy. I've got this group of Florida Gator friends called Brandon's Group of Gator Friends, where we just talk about the Gators all day. And
sounds sad, but go on.
I'm going to pick the Florida Gators to beat Virginia Tech. They said you're crazy for putting money on a Mike White coach team, because Mike White is an awful coach. And we have one friend who supports Mike White. We call him, he's on Mike White Island. It's the only place that hasn't gotten COVID yet because no one wants to fucking hang out with Mike White. But we got Trey Mann. He's an NBA caliber prospect. And I think we're going to get it done in the first round. We're not going to go deep, but we're going to get it done in the first round. So the Gators in a pick'em versus Virginia Tech.
In a pick'em, what's the line on that? Are they underdogs?
It's a pick'em.
Oh, it's just minus 110 pick'em?
Yes.
Wow. That's a nice one. All right. Gators, fade the Bob, it sounds like to me, with all his Gator mushy friends talking about how great the Gators are. But
no, the opposite. We're talking about how bad we are. So we gotta go with our pick.
This is bad. That's never gonna win. Definitely fade that one. But I'm gonna step back here with my pick. It's not my pick, so I'm not even it's gonna be my pick, but I'm going with my brother on this one. He's the college basketball guru. March Madness is here, and he has an outright winner. 12-1. They're a 2 seed. The Houston Cougars, they're laying 20 against Cleveland State in the first match. First game. The rugby thing's got me match and cricket. First game against Cleveland State, lay the wood, minus 20. They're going to win by 40, and then they're going to cruise and win the NCAA championship. Houston Cougars 12-1. This could be my first. I did have a sports pick win. I won some of the props, but I haven't hit with any of the golfers. The golfers have been kind of a struggle. Oh yeah, I had Sam Burns last week. He didn't do too well. So that was my last week's of sports picks.
Oh yeah, I got my first sports.
Your big strong pick is a 20-point favorite. This sounds
12-1.
No, to win the whole
20-point favorite. Listen, that's all I heard. Carry on.
Yeah, they also have to win by 20. It's not like we got this guy Gators. He's picking pick'em lines against like Virginia Tech. All his friends are talking about how bad the Gators are. So now we got to bet the Gators. Who knows what's going on there? Go Gators though.
Go Gators.
I think that's what we do. Tim Tebow, go Gators. All right. Well, we're gonna do. We don't have a giveaway.
Did we talk about my pick from last week that I won?
Oh God, you won last week. What did you win on?
I had to go to the Rappers playing basketball.
And it is going to be Quavo and Harlow's ball.
Jack Harlow and Quavo defeated 2 Chainz. Pine picked 2 Chainz, by the way, too. So I got that one. Jack Harlow got it done for me. So
I picked 2 Chainz. I've never even heard of 2 Chainz.
You said 2 Chainz can ball.
2 Chainz can ball.
Quote unquote.
Well, I made that up.
I do want to throw out Anthony Simons won the dunk contest during the All-Star game. Ricky Pine went to high school with his father, I believe. Is that true?
Yes.
And we bet against Anthony Simons. I'm telling the people. We had Obi Toppin at minus 110, and Anthony Simons took it down at plus 180. We didn't get it done there. We lost at everything. We didn't cash in the Venetian WPT. We didn't win any of our sports picks. I think Pine picked another. By the way, Pine had a lot of losers out in Vegas. Let me tell the people. He bet like Oregon State against Oregon. It was a disaster. He bet on like the worst.
I did not have a successful sports bet in Vegas. I only give them out to the people. We did have some successful roulette pulls. So.
Oh, we did. Yeah, roulette's.
Keep them away from.
Roulette's a plus EV game, Mike. If you're going to the casino, right, and we're done with poker or before poker, what's our table game of choice? Is it anything?
I only play poker. When I walk into casinos and I see everybody just sweating slots and blackjack and roulette, just looking like their lives are about to end, I'm just like, hey, at least I have a chance if there's fish at the table.
Listen, I like it. So there's no degen in there, not even a little.
I honestly don't even like casinos. Like I try to get to the poker room as quickly as possible because like everything around me is so depressing except for the delicious food you can find in some casinos. But outside of that,
sad sometimes.
poker room, man.
Honestly, that's a recipe for success. That kind of reminds me of like the drug dealer who doesn't smoke, right? If you don't smoke your own stuff, you're going to make a lot of money. And I think that's kind of a good analogy.
Certainly
don't get high on your own supply.
I was just gonna say you can certainly equate taking your profit from a session and moving to the blackjack tables and getting high on your own supply. Definitely,
it's true.
But you got to sprinkle a little on the horses. So like maybe like $1 or $2. Like last week I hit one for $1,300 on a $24 bet.
Horse, listen, you can handicap those things.
Superfecta.
Let me tell you.
Gotta go with the Superfecta 7, 8, 9, 10.
I'm too big of a Stu Unger fan to hit the horses, man.
Yeah.
Wow, Stu Unger. So if you're a Stu Unger fan, we got to be blasting sports stuff. We got to be at the tables. Yeah, it went okay on the roulette table after some disasters, but all right. So no degenning for Mike. Good for Mike. I guess I'll do the degenning for everyone, unless Ricky takes me away from the tables. No giveaway this week. We're gonna do a big giveaway next week. All you need to do to have a chance to win is join our Discord and like and subscribe, and click all the buttons on YouTube.
Comment,
like and subscribe. But definitely jump in the Discord. You can probably find out more details about how to win next week's giveaway. Mike, appreciate you joining us for this episode. Is this episode 6? Episode 6. We're gonna go with episode 6. I'm not really sure. I should just count it by how many sports picks Rick's won, but episode 6. There it is.